We are back with more spoiled kids. People apparently really seem to enjoy this content, probably because it gets them all riled up. So if you have ever experienced a spoiled kid, and I'm not saying like a child necessarily, like even a college student who, you know, technically we're all kids, really. I am someone's kid, and that is why I still act like a kid. Grab your beverage of choice, and always let me know what's in your cup. If it's alcohol, 2 sips, because 1 is for your girl. Cheers. Special announcement, I am doing something fun in today's video. I'm gonna be doing some sassy shout outs, and I'm gonna read in live time some of your comments. I'm gonna respond to them at the end of this video. I just thought it'd be fun, you know? I'm always in the comment section, but I'm like doing it live. You guys can be featured in some of the videos, a little sassy shout out at the end of the video. Freshman year of college, the guy across the hall from me was a spoiled rich kid from a big southern city. Old money clearly coming out of his butt. A couple weeks into the second semester, he and a buddy found a checkbook on the sidewalk. Stupid idiots decided to write themselves a check and cash it in the bank that the account is in. The teller immediately called the cops, and they both got arrested. We talked the night he got arrested, and he laughed and said his dad would take care of it. I'm annoyed. And everything would be fine. That weekend, we met his dad as they moved everything out of the dorm since he got expelled. I guess daddy didn't take care of it. So dumb. And to think, you know, like you raised a kid that found a checkbook and was like, I'm gonna steal someone else's money. Hope you're proud. One of my college roommates was very rich growing up. I didn't realize just how rich until I had to explain to her what a coupon was in very extensive detail. You know what? Coupon is a hard thing to explain to someone. On multiple occasions, she bragged that she wasn't even interested in her major, philosophy, or college in general, but she was at university because her parents were requiring her to get a degree, any degree, in order to get access to her trust fund. I don't remember ever seeing her go to class, and she eventually got expelled sophomore year after academic dishonesty. I guess this was the last straw for her parents because they cut her off pretty soon after that. This actually served as a wake-up call. She somehow managed to get a public health degree at a different school in spite of the academic dishonesty listed on her transcript. She's doing pretty well for herself these days. We've kept in touch, and last we talked, she was considering grad school. Hey now, we got a happy ending here. You know, sometimes the lesson just needs to be learned, you know, and sometimes it does. You learn it, you grow from it, you change. We got a happy ending here. That's what we like to see. I saw a college guy with a ridiculously expensive car rear-end this woman who drove an absolute beater. Her car was definitely totaled, and it wasn't looking that hot either. No, and his wasn't looking that hot either. He got out and started screaming at this woman. She was in tears. He kept telling her that she was going to pay for this. When the cops came, I saw each of them give their statements. After that, me and like 10 people came forward and gave our witness statements. It sounded like each and every one of us put complete fault on him, which was the truth. When the cops went back to him, I saw his face just sink. You think because you have a nicer car and you have more money that you're just not in the wrong for that? Make it make sense. That's so annoying. I'm really happy that people came forward. They spoke the truth. Not a lie was told. Truth always wins. I teach at a public school, though it's in a fairly nice area. Because we serve a number of nearby towns, we have a diverse population ranging from poor to very wealthy. The lunch monitor told me that on the first day last year, a freshman girl sat at our table and ate nothing for the period. At the end of the period, she came up to him and complained that no one came to take her order. Bless her little heart. I only feel bad because she obviously doesn't know better. I think that just comes from how she was raised. Obviously, she expected someone was going to take her order, which is very alarming and very sad because she genuinely probably sat there like, why is no one coming to take my order? If it's the parenting thing, like if she's raised that way and she doesn't know better, that's not her fault. It was a lesson learned in that moment when they were like, oh girl, let me explain it to you. I remember being so jealous in high school. We had a cafeteria and they had food in there, but you know, my parents, like they packed my lunch And we didn't have extra money to just be like, oh, go buy whatever you want in the cafeteria. No way. And that stuff was expensive. So I used to get so jealous of the people who could go into there, like into the food room in the cafeteria and buy food. Oh my God, their poutines, so good. Their muffins, their cookies. Poutines were the freaking best. And they had these really good chicken wraps. My friend always got food. She'd share. Bless her, she was so sweet. It sucked not being able to like afford that. Not complaining though, because I had a freaking lunch, okay? Every single day. I was fed, so there's no complaints here. But I do remember being like, oh, wouldn't that be nice? Me and my sister grew up fairly well off. When my sister went off to college, my parents made her work a job to earn her own spending money. That's what I like to hear. My mom got a furious call from my sister yelling that some people were taking money out of her paycheck and that she was going to call them and get her money back. It was state and federal taxes. My mom just said, good luck with that and welcome to the real world, yo. Welcome to working full-time just to live, and then you have to give up your hard-earned money to the government. It's a great time. You know, I always wanted to be an adult until I became an adult. I'm like, oh, it's not as fun as I thought. There was this local business owner who put his son through college and more. When the kid graduated with multiple degrees, Dad decided to retire and turn over the business to his son. The son brought his college friends, I'll say, on board, had management all wear white cowboy hats and drive white pickups, and began revamping the business. The dad came out of retirement pronto, got rid of his son and his friends. Years later, he bankrolled the son's run for state rep. The son lost. The dad passed and left the business to his daughter. Oh my God, okay, well, I was not, you know, I'm not hoping for that kind of ending. We don't need that kind of reality check that your father has to pass away and give his business to someone else. That's sad. Understandable to some degree. I would love to work at a job where you just get to wear like cute cowboy hats and drive cute pickup trucks. Why not? That was probably his friends' like best few weeks of their lives. They're like, yo, got a new sick job with the homies, wearing cowboy hats, driving white pickups. We live in life, baby. This guy at my school offered to pay school security not to call the cops on him for smoking weed and doing snorting, let's say, in the bathroom. And he caught mad charges. Yeah, okay. You know what? Some school security might have bought it. They might have said, all right, give me some money and I won't tell. They really might have. I'm glad they didn't. I knew this kid that came from a rich family, and because of it, he thought he was untouchable. One night he was out driving with some people and he got pulled over by the cops. He decided it would be funny to get out of the car and run down the street as fast as he could. Sounds like a way to get tasered. The cops, of course, start chasing after him, and after a few blocks, he stops, turns around, and says, "Psych!" God bless America. The cops did not find that funny at all and tackled him to the ground and arrested him. Yeah, nothing truly serious came of it because his parents had the money to handle it, but still, getting tackled by the police was a pretty hard hit of reality. How did your mind get there for that? Oh, I'm gonna prank the police in this moment as they pull me over. I'm gonna run for blocks and they're gonna think I'm escaping and I'm gonna stop and be like, psych, and they're all just gonna start laughing. No, that's a terrible idea, terrible. While working in a casino here in Las Vegas, a herd of young women came to my window, and then one proceeded to tell me about her great birthday itinerary that her dad had paid for her 18th birthday, with no adults in the party, just a bunch of teenage girls out in Vegas. Sounds very safe. Where none of them could do anything because none of them were 21. I couldn't even check them into their reservation. They started yelling and screaming at me. I calmly call security, and security tells them they can either go play in the arcade or leave and try to find a hotel off the strip that will take them in without being 21. Their anger turned to tears, and the security guard was unmoved. That's kind of like the dad's fault at that point, really. Like, come on. What do you mean? You're shipping off your daughter and her friends for her 18th birthday in Las Vegas by themselves. I thought it was common knowledge that, Joss, get off your high horse. That is such a lie. I was about to say, let me tell you, let me be honest. I was about to say, isn't it common knowledge that you have to be a certain age for a reservation, like to rent a car, a hotel room, this and that? I guess it's different everywhere. That's such a lie. My friend and I did a life trip when I was 17. Like we went on a 2-week road trip. I have no idea how our parents allowed that. Insane to this day, insane. Anyways, we got to was it Connecticut? I think it was Hartford, Connecticut. No, where were we? We were somewhere and we made the reservation online. And then when we got there, because we weren't of age, they wouldn't let us in. And so we had to have my friend's mom call them. And a bunch of hotels turned us down, and it was getting so late at night, and we were like literally 2 young teenagers. And we're like, oh my God, we're gonna have to sleep in the car. So one of the hotels that she called, like my friend's mom, bless her, she was a woman, she was a mother herself. And she said, she's like, I will make this special exception because your daughter and her friend are in a different country and I am terrified of them sleeping in their car. Bless her. She was like a guardian angel, and she let us stay there because she let us, like, her mom like faxed over her license and everything. Like she ended up changing it into her mom's name and everything for the reservation. But technically, you were supposed to have an adult with you. I was at a Starbucks and this girl thought apparently people gave her parents free drinks and such for her all these years. The cashier told her the total and she said, wait, I don't get it for free? She never realized her parents swiping their cards all those years were paying for her things. Wait, what? You're trying to tell me that she didn't realize in life that things had to be paid for? Like, I understand, fine, your parents pay for everything growing up. But like you see that that happening in front of you, right? Like they're like, oh, the total is fit, and you're tapping the card. Like a transaction is being made. You really, like, how do you not know that? Man, free Starbucks for a year though, you probably save like $50,000. This local rich kid had his SUV parked in a no parking area at a club. A tow truck showed up to tow it away and the kid went ballistic, saying, do you know who my dad is? To the driver. After a minute or two of this, the passenger gets out of the tow truck and is a full patch Hell's Angel biker. The biker politely tells him it doesn't matter who he thinks his family is, and the SUV is towed away. Yes, sir, take a step back. You do not want to get involved with Hell's Angels. They very much guarantee, do not care who your father is. Do not care. Ooh, that's spooky. I've heard that in my hometown there is Hell's Angels. Real ones. They're in my hometown apparently. That was always like the rumor on the streets. Like some people actually knew and they were like, no, I have a family member. And I'm like, I still don't understand the concept of Hell's Angels. Like I just thought this was like a myth. I thought it was just in movies, you know, like the bad biker gang. No, it's a very real thing. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, we have Harriet Worthington 3147 says raising a child with values has nothing to do with income. Preach. That honestly could not be worded better, because a lot of people can be very wealthy, very successful, but they still, you know, teach their kids the value of $1. They're still very humble and you would never know. So you're absolutely right. Cass Joe 6969 says, I'm so impressed with how much you achieved. You legit deserve whatever good you get in life. Thanks for reminding me to drink water. Okay, that I could cry. That is so sweet. When strangers want to see you win, there's something so special about that. Obviously, like the people in your life, like, you know, they're supporting you and they're uplifting you, but like strangers, like you, no one has to give a damn what happens to me and what I do with my life, you know? So when people do, it's like, what a beautiful thing. Thank you. And cheers. Drink some more water. Honestly. Greg Giovanni 4788 says, wow, you have a father in storage. Where do you sign up for that? LOL. Oh my God, I saw so many of these comments. I was talking about my car being in storage with my dad. So people thought that was comical and they're like, wow, your dad's in storage? Where? Yeah, I should have picked my words a little more wisely. The car is in storage at my dad's with my father in my hometown. My father is not in storage. He's very much not in storage. I promise he is okay. Michael Watson 266 says, Ford did not come out with the Fusion until 2006, Joss. I figured since you are annoying all of us with these stories, I'd turn it back on you. I also got a lot of these comments and you are correct. I did not have a Ford Fusion at all. I actually Googled the picture. I'm like, no, that is not my car. All I remember is that it's in 1991, gold, it's Ford, and it had the print in the seats, like that very like grandma print that was at that time. Yeah, but I did not have a Ford Fusion. You are absolutely right. And we'll do one more. Patrick Candia 4985 says, girl, I can so relate to you. Whether you're rich, moderate, or poor, throwing stuff out is disgusting if it can be reused. I'm so conscious of this now, given the economy. Even a small thing can make a big difference to someone. You are awesome. Thank you. So are you. I am reuse and recycle, baby. I am like the biggest DIY, biggest fan of that. I'm not throwing anything out. Like, really, like, unless obviously if it can't be used and it's disgusting, that's one thing, but if it can be, you know, donating, recycling, even to other people. Like, I give a lot of my hand-me-downs to my sister and her children. She has a stepdaughter that she wears some of my hoodies and they are big for her, but she loves them and she's so excited. So I always, any clothes I give away, I let my sister go through them first and her kids, because obviously money is a lot tighter when you have a whole family of kids, and I don't. So I am full believer of that. So I just like to know there's other people out there. All right, if you want a sassy shout out, you better chime in the comments. You might be selected. You guys stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you.